Good morning, my friends. It's early, 6:09 here on the West Coast. I'm going to do some top down. We'll swap this rocking out mood for one that's a little more chill. I'm going to try to fade it though. There we go. Slow it down. And then let's pop in the chill music. And then we'll pop it back up. One-man production. Getting things done. All right. Okay, so taking heed. Where are we right now in this moment? Always being aware of your psychological circumstance is super important. This is a decision-making game. It's about a game of making good decisions. And so taking stock of where you are is really important. Today, I know that I'm tired. I've been up for a couple hours already. Been up since 4 something in the morning. Wrestling with personal stuff. Things just kind of crazy. And so I'm aware of that. Okay, so I need to ultra focus today and try to clear my head. It's not a situation where I shouldn't say, hey, I'm not trading. I don't have a death in the family or something where it's like, hey, you need to just take a couple days away because this is too heavy. It's not like that, but it is something to be mindful of. Now we can see here, we start on the drill down. Look at the weekly. And the weekly is showing us very bearish action here, right? We have this, which is now the weekly negative order block, which I have marked here. We also have a fair value gap. So the price gets back to that area for some reason, which I don't think we're going to see it. That's 100 plus points up from here, unless the Fed says something. If it gets there, we'll get a rejection for sure. That'll be an easy play. All of these weekly and monthly order blocks, especially, they're getting bounces, and that's really the cheat code, is to look for those and just, wait for them to come, so like this one down here, that's a daily. This is a weekly that we're in right now. It got a bounce off of it though initially. That was really nice. And, you hit 15, 20 points on those. And the first one up here also got a big bounce and we hit off that one. So you see what those wicks have been created by was by these order blocks. This one right here and this one right here on the bullish side. Boom, got a nice bounce off that. And then this one right here, boom, nice bounce off that. So those are nice high probability setups if you can be patient enough for them and just see a tiny bit of confirmation, fair value gap to the upside, and boom, you just go for it. So today, obviously, very bearish look on the weekly. We're going to drill this down a little bit further, but I think it's quite possible we're going to see an ugly day today. Let's go down the daily. Oh, yeah. And you can see now we have connected order blocks. Here's one bearish order block, which is connected, slight overlap on this one. These are the most powerful ones, these sort of hanging man, bullish candles. Like, it's really, it's bull bait, right? It baits bulls in and then touch the 21 and heavy rejection. So we've gone beneath the 21 EMA on the daily, and it is now providing resistance, which is how I determine that we're currently bearish. That's why I've been saying we're bearish. That's why I've been looking mostly for short setups, because technically that's the way I see it. This is bearish. So it's not good. Not good at all. You can see, though, right now we're sitting right on top of this little order block here on the daily, which, could provide a little bit of a pop today. It's not a perfect one. It's not one that I would mark out, but it is there. This is actually typically what it looks like when price bids bouncing off of an order block, which it really is here, is this breaker, essentially what it's bouncing off of. So this isn't necessarily where the orders are. The orders were down below, and that's what generated the move. So that's why I don't have that marked, but it's still something that I'm going to keep in mind. Like, hey, we're right on top of that. So we do want to watch for bounces here. We're also inside of the weekly, which starts up here. So anywhere in there, the weekly. $426 is a number we're going to keep in mind. On the 4 hour, probably just going to get more and more bearish looking. Yep. Turbo bearish on the 4 hour, but very controlled. Notice this, you know, downtrend's created, the lower high, and look at just the consistency of the movement here. Isn't that crazy? Like 4 candles up, 4 candles down, 5 candles up, 4 candles down, 5 candles up, 3 candles down, 4 candles up, 1 huge candle down, sideways, 3 candles up, 5 candles down. I mean, it's just very consistent, almost suspiciously consistent. Like it's guiding price just lower, a managed crash, if you will. We'll look at the news here in a second. We got 15 minutes to the open. Well, I mean, this 1 hour is something right here. So look at all these wicks, look at all the support at these levels. And then right here, 8 a.m. Eastern candle. Just nuked below all of it. Tiny fair value gap that is not confirmed yet. But typically this resistance or this support right here is going to become resistance. So you can draw it like this. So the support, that's not going to become resistance. So I am further bearish and even more bearish. And up here, fair value gap inversion. So you got the upside fair value gap here, downside here, perfect entries right there. Look at that, 44.56. If we had been up, we could have got our 10 handles already. Be done. See that same kind of formation here. Good chance here on the 15 minute that is a bearish order block right there. The price is not going to get above 47.50. Unless this is just a liquidity sweep, you know, could be, never know with the market, that's possible. So we're going to wait till we get a trade entry set up. On the 5 minute, it looks more like a liquidity sweep. And you'll be able to tell pretty easily because you got a fair value gap right here in the 5, which should be, if it's bearish, that should hold. And price should go lower. If that gets crested, particularly if we create a bullish fair value gap, either at or above that area, then it's for sure flipped. That's the nice thing about fair value gaps. When they flip, it's like turbo confirmation. Hey, this is the direction we're going, you know? Like for example, this one here, it was bearish, flipped bullish. When was the first time to buy in that area? Right here. You got 2 chances to do it. Zling, went higher. Over here, you had a bullish one, flip bearish. Bearish entry right there. Boom, you got it. Exactly. 0 drawdown trade. So when you see them flip, that's usually a really good sign. Here's one where it flipped and you didn't get much from it. 55 to, yeah, hardly moved at all. But on the 5 minute chart, you won't get as big of moves on those flips, of course. Here's one where there was a liquidation, creating a bearish fair value gap, and always be wary of that. If you're making those, or if it's leading you into an order block, which like there is over here, wait on that one. Don't take the short here. Wait and see what happens, because exactly, boom, new one's created and launch pad. That's overnight trading, but it's the same concept. Okay, got a 5-minute chart up. Do have a bullish formation here. Although the order block, we have equal lows on the green candles. It's not really, it's almost like a fake bullish. Let's just see what the 3-minute looks like. Sometimes if the truth doesn't seem to be there on the 5, you got to look at the 3. Yeah. It also looks bizarre. As far as trying to find reasons to be bullish. I always got to try to look for both. What is the bearish case? What is the bullish case? Below the 21 EMA, so for me, that is bearish territory. We are inside of a weekly bullish order block though, but it's been violated pretty hardcore at this point. We're into 15 points into it. It almost appears as though that has become resistance. See that? It was support. Nice bounces off. This is one of the bounces I was talking about. Right here. I mean, even if you just catch that knife, at 61.50 right here, you have 3 points of drawdowns and 12 ticks. But you can get 15 handles. That's the thing about those weekly, monthly order blocks. It's right on there. You're going to get almost always a bounce. It may not be huge. In this case, it wasn't. Didn't even make a new high. Didn't even make a new cycle high, much less daily high. And so that was pretty weak, right? And we come back to the support. So I wouldn't take this again. Based off of that weak bounce, wouldn't want to take it this time. And then at the very end of the day, have it at the very end of the day, like half hour before close. So this candle and then one more before the opening candle. This is probably not going to be a opening print trade. Housing starts, building permits, industrial production. Housing starts and that stuff's already in. Industrial production just came in. FOMC minutes of the July meeting. So not too news heavy today. Target slashing forecast is bearish. See what this target news is quick as it tries to win over shoppers who are watching their wallets. The retailer's second quarter earnings beat expectations while its sales fell short of estimates. Target said backlash to its Pride Month collection contributed to weaker sales, but it seems to be doing pretty well in the pre-market. So it seems kind of bullish. This is super sus. No sign of panic in stocks makes this a garden variety correction, not a bear market. Translation: we, Wall Street, have a lot more selling to do. We don't want you to do it first. Okay. Buy the dip, guys. Buy it. Let's look at bonds. Talk about bearish chart. Yeesh. You can see here, though, it looks like there's support there. Guys, I don't know what that could possibly be bouncing off of, except for what we showed earlier on the daily. This could be it. This guy right here. It's hard to tell with this type of formation. Is that an order block, or is it just bouncing off this breaker? Just to bounce off the breaker. It's hard to say. But if it is an order block, we could see a pop. Certainly doesn't look great. That's for sure. Don't think we're going to have an entry off of the open. Just not setting up the 925 candle. Not really setting up. Well, this looks super bearish, doesn't it? When you have like a big bullish candle like this, and it has not, and it's continuing after that to make lower highs with each candle, even though they have these wicks down here that are designed to potentially designed to fool us into longing it without price cresting here. There's a jumper right here to make note of, 49.25, which coincides with the 21. That would be like the ultimate sniper entry for a short. Go. Not going to get a technical opening print entry here. Doesn't look like. But you can see it's struggling to get above here, and that's the sign of this being a sell block. Even though we don't have a close lower. So like if this had closed lower and then we had traded up into it, then we'd be looking at shorting it at the open, putting our stop up here. As it stands, we don't have a confirmation. We really just have a consolidation. I can't long it per my trading plan, just based on the way this is set up. So either we're going to get a short signal, get a short entry, or we'll just have to sit back and see what happens. 45 on the dot right there. In case this nukes, if this comes down here and closes particularly below this area here, then we want our sniper entry at 45. If this candle comes and closes below here, below these lows, closes down here anywhere, even one tick, then we put a short in at 45 with a stop at like 48. It would be a very weird bullish formation. Oh, pre-market. Look at this. Oh, they went and hit it already. I'm going to call that turbo bearish. Why before the open? Trying to bait people to long it at the open? Maybe. Could be, right? It's possible. Well, it's got a pretty high close there and a jumper higher. There it goes. Off the target news. I'm just going to close this gap quick. Is that what this is about? Get that out the way. It's very suspicious. But the jumper just shows us, hey, it's trying to get the price higher right now. For this minute, it might be 2 points higher, it might be 20 points higher. We don't know. It's trying to get it higher, at least get it moving in that direction. Come and touch that again right there. All right, I'm gonna have to give this a couple minutes. I'm gonna have to take a bathroom break. All of a sudden. Okay, we back. So this is bouncing off of that area, which confirms that it's actually an order block. Let's go back and look at it here. $48.25. Let's go plot that, and then let's go back to the 5-minute and look and see. Yeah, just a quick dip below it. It was a little liquidity grab. Let's go ahead and plot this London liquidity here. Gap is filled. I don't know if that's going to be it. But it seemed like it was hell bent on filling that gap, at least. Let's see. So this is one of those levels I was talking about earlier on the daily order blocks. This one we weren't sure if it was an order block or not. But if it was more, you're more confident on it. It turns out it was. But this shows you the power. Even if you try to catch the knife, 48, 44, you got a 5-point stop. 48, you just made your 10 points. So like those are powerful levels, and it's just the tip of the iceberg, you know. But look at that. The jumper at the open was a big clue. I can't long that below the 21 EMA just for my personal trading plan. Look at this. What in the world is going on? I mean, what in the actual is happening right now? It's the crazy thing about the markets. Doesn't matter what you think you've seen. I have nothing close to trade setup right now. So nothing else is really green. This feels like a mega setup. decent pop though, right? Saying 48.25. Each 10 handles at least. Jumper higher. Let's see if this provides us with a bullish fair value gap. Let's see what this candle does here. How far down does it dig into it, if at all? I think we're headed for the takeout of this London high. Seems like price will be delivering to. Ideal setup for me is we go and take that out, and then we have the break of structure right around the time the silver bullet hits, and we get a fair value gap bearish, and we take that. That would be ideal for me. But let's see. Opening range and process. All right, this has got to dig in a little bit, right? Jumper higher, then price moving lower. Not a whole lot though. All right, so the beginning of this is the beginning of that weekly bullish order block here. Seems to have sort of flipped to resistance. Open up the 1 minute chart here in a second. Just waiting to see what kind of happens with some of the bigger stocks, Tesla, Meta. Right now, the ES in the green, just barely, but it is green nonetheless, yes. Taking a breather right here, perhaps. The next candle, that 945 candle, tends to be a reversal candle, 30 or 40% of the time. So we could see this setting up for reversal. But, you know, not a ton of rejection. I mean, it didn't dig in much to this value gap. This is not a completed fair value gap yet, and it won't be for another 5 seconds. But as you can see, it's going to be a big one. right. Now this one go up and take that high out. That could be a perfect reversal opportunity. Definite order block at 63.25 on the 5-minute. See if we can make that high. May not have enough oomph. Or you know what? It's just time for a pullback. Feels like one of those days, you know, where it's like, get everyone excited. Hey, we're going, fill the gap. Let's go. And then just kind of, struggling to go higher here, but also not getting a lot of rejection. So I expect us to get above this one at least get to 63 on this candle. Here it comes. Oh, notification from the E-mini Maverick here. Oh, looks like he got stopped out. He was short on the NQ. Sorry, buddy. All right, so there it was. Got higher. We're going to go ahead and grab 1-minute chart here as well. One-minute holding hasn't even touched either the fair value gap's lower. Hasn't even gotten close. Several ticks away. So it creates bouncy conditions. You know, it just does. Another push. Zoinka. London high, here we come. It's gonna make it. Gonna make it. That'd be the perfect setup for me. This would have been a great long setup right here for me if the moving average of the 21 had been like that, or just somewhere underneath here. Then that would have made total sense for me. But being that wasn't the case, yeah, I guess it makes sense, huh? Maybe we could have seen that better over here. No, not really. Okay. Another candle starting here. Oh, well, getting immediate rejection. So this candle, remember, is 30-40% of the time it is a reversal. And we're definitely getting that vibe right now. But this thing is due for a pullback, so don't get too excited yet. I wouldn't short it just yet. I want to see a clear break of structure. Jumper higher though, and then move lower near a top. It's a pretty good sign. Buying is done. But it's also, suspect that we are right below this liquidity level. That's pretty suspect. 44.67. I mean, so close. So close. So much work, so much effort put in to punch us up to here. Did not go and get that. Might. So I'm saying hold your horses. But if it does nuke from here, then it's turbo bearish. Unable to go get that buy side liquidity. It's turbo bearish. Jumper higher on the 1 minute. Getting some rejection there though. Structure break just yet. It is ugly looking though. It looks like we're headed that way. Remember though, haven't touched this enormous fair value gap from the, let's say it wasn't the opening candle, but the second 5-minute candle today. So upon touching that, I expect to see a bounce. Should be a decent one. Trying to make its move. Slightest break of structure. That is not a fair value gap right there. That's going to be erased. So now we have structure broken here, just barely, but we haven't. We got to figure out where is the order block, where is price headed right now. 63 is our only legal trade. Silver bullet's 5 minutes away, so it'll be tough to kind of get ahead of that. But lately this has been happening. I've been seeing it somewhere in the the 9:50 to 10 a.m. range. I've been seeing the signal kind of come early a little bit. So it could be that's the signal. But even if it is, we still need price to get to 63. So I'm gonna get the gun out. This could evolve into a long setup too. This could all just be a bait. It could be bear bait. Advertising, as I say. It's advertising for bears. Hey, look at this big red candle here. See? Yeah, see? 9:55 candle. got the break of structure. We just didn't get a return to an order block. And there's lots of potential pop in here, so we don't need to chase this. Even if we are going to go lower, it's going to be very choppy because of these fair value gaps here. I do want to see us get below, at least close below the 21 on the 1 minute, at least. We could look at maybe this 58.75 area. Didn't close below it again on the 1 minute. There could be some pop here, guys. I'm saying be careful about shorting here. At this point, we're just a few minutes away from silver bullet hour. Probably behoove us to just chill. We'll play. Yeah. See what it gives us here. Nothing too significant yet. But on a break of structure like this, or a market structure shift, if it does run bullish ultimately, and at this time we're probably going to have a pretty big up day, usually. Okay, another sort of indecision. Doji a jumper higher on the 1 minute. I didn't notice it, but we had a jumper higher on this 5 minute too. And here you go. Struggling to go higher. No clear signal yet. Oh, it looks like we are ready to reverse. EMA is holding on the 1 minute. Notice that. So that's, make note of that. We also have a jumper higher over there. However, the formation of this bearish order block right here could be intact. It's still intact. See the lower highs? Since we formed this bullish candle, lower high, I guess you could say lower high, equal high, higher high, but still lower. And now it's trying to rally up. Two jumpers higher in a row on the 1 minute. Getting a bounce. Dang. What if we get a long signal here? Kind of shaping up that way. Can it break? Break 61.25. It takes the idea that this is an order block out of the equation. Very close, one tick. Didn't get it that time. Next candle. Next man up. Immediate rejection. Now these silver bullet signals for the AM session have been so clean the last 2 days, and I haven't been able to trade. And I don't know. I doubt we're going to get as clean as signals. But you never know. You never know. So far, this all still sort of bearish posture, even though it's above the 21 EMA. Not making new highs. These green candles. Sort of looking order blockish to the sell side. Expecting to get a bearish fair value gap here in this area. Here it comes. Perhaps. going to get that. That means we're going to have to short it inside of one of these guys. But if you get an overlapping fair value gap from a previous one at the same price point, same price level, it's usually a good sign. Okay, so we're correct so far about this being bearish territory here. So if we have our stop, we need our stop to be at 61.50 to be fully clear, a clear invalidation. Price is coming down here. Oh, it's eating through this bullish fair value gap here pretty quickly here. Set them up to knock them down. So the 945 candle was a reversal candle. It seems like it happens all the time, but if you actually back test it, it's like 35% of the time. Well, bounced off the previous close. $56.75. Not where I was hoping to get in. Let's see if we can even get in. Yeah, we may not even get that opportunity. But we can definitely say that if we're going to, if the price gets to there, we have to take it. Might get filled. Bouncing off the previous close. Look at you. This is just a system trade. This is mechanical. I have no thoughts on this or emotions on this. This is just right out of the playbook. The only thing that would have been better is if we had taken out that London liquidity. That would have been better. I don't know if we're going to get a fill. Does not look like it. Turbo bearish. So remember I was talking about how if price can't even get up to take out that buy side liquidity, I use the words turbo bearish. And this is why, because that's a really, really bad sign, unless, it comes down here and then rallies back up and takes it out later. But just the overall sentiment and scenario that we're in this market, that seems pretty unlikely. So like that's just a continuation bearish order block right there. So it appears. I don't think price is going to get much higher here. So if we were to move this down, let's say to right here, cancel that. So that would have been 10 ticks. So moving this down 10 ticks would take us to here. Just trying to see if I can justify with my invalidation getting it at a lower price than the system trade. So you typically just don't want to. Just stick with the system trade. Price likes to get back to that area. fill us? Oh, one tick away. Not necessarily one tick away from a fill, one tick away from the price. Many times I have seen come up and touch my exact price and not get filled. So that's one tick away, but maybe it's not as close as we thought it was. Should we move it one tick down? Are we being a dick for a tick right now? Nope. Oh. Okay. We're in. Whoa. This is a problem. Now, the only reason it may be okay, well, first of all, this is not official. This bullish fair value gap here, right here, that is not in stone. Actually, our invalidation is at 18 ticks. Let's get that correct, just in case this thing does go against us. This trade doesn't work every time. No trade does. But if this were above this, we would just exit. So there was a fair value gap equal or above this one that we're playing off of, we would just have to exit. Damn, something's going on. Turbo bull. It's gonna come take me out quick as hell. You guys aren't even giving me a sweat. So now we have this down here. Not good, right? This is not good. That was a good setup though. I mean, it was a perfect setup. I would take it every time, but as it stands, not looking so fresh. Not looking so fresh at all. If this bullish fair value gap holds at or above, which it looks like it very well may, then we would just be closing. Just have to close. Jumper higher on that last 1 minute too. Looks like they got me. Got me right where you want me, didn't you? Suckers. Damn. That 5 minute bearish fair value gap that was sort of temporary there, it wasn't real. It didn't actually happen. Pretty strong. Okay, equal right here. Yeah, it does not look good. Does not look good. Can't say this is a great place to buy though. It's hard to just exit. Damn, son. Gonna take some licks today, it looks like. That was a perfect setup, too. I'm glad I didn't chase it. This is why chasing is not a great idea. Remember when I was thinking about chasing it down lower? If I'd done that, we'd be stopped out right now. We may still stop down anyway. Probably will, the way it looks. But at this point, we still have a chance. We have a chance for a plot twist. Not anymore. See you later. Some weird shit going on here. Well, this 5 minute candle looks like it's about to close. Bullish engulfing. Oh, it's close. Didn't quite do it. Didn't quite do it. Is that a jumper lower? Jumper lower on the 5 minute. Interesting. Well, still have a chip in a chair. Not for much longer, though. Got us. Fuckers. What a crock of shit. All right, so this was the chance we had to get out prior would have been right here, to buy right here. What a crock. 58, okay. So right at 10 a.m., got the bearish fair value gap lower, right on the money, as expected, and we bounced hard off of the midpoint of this first bullish fair value gap of the day. And man, that thing was on a mission. Now, are we coming to take out the London high? Quite possibly. That's the objective next. Couldn't have done it really any differently or any better. There was just obviously a lot of liquidity there. And the machine was dead set on going to get it. And when we got this signal, this one right here was kind of like a warning shot, but I've seen that plenty of times where, hey, you have that bullish one, you're short, it's below the bearish one, and just getting up to a price to the order block or whatever before it rejects. But this one right here was really, if I look back at it, we got a bullish fair value gap, equal or higher midpoint above the 21 EMA. We could have bought there. We could have bought at 58 and said, okay, we're done. And that would have just been 5 tick loss. So for money management purposes, for Monday morning quarterback, for, looking at ways to get better as you're watching this, Derek, later, there's your moment. Instead of losing 18 ticks, you could have lost 5. It's money management moves like that are huge difference makers. That was just a powerful bounce off of that 21 EMA. And now it can dump. Today, we were the liquidity. Got 61.25, I think, right here. Got us today. what it looks like when everyone's trying to short the market. That's what this is. Just liquidity run higher to liquidity run higher. It creates this range. See, it makes the market feel light. I mean, from the very beginning today, we bounced. We're delivering from a daily order block. So you should get a nice pop, 48 to not quite 20 handles. Would have made a lot of sense to get 20, right? 48, 68, go take out this guy. I still feel like that's got to be the objective. See what some of the other stocks. Tesla's in the green. Meta down a buck and a half. Well, pretty typical. Perfect silver bullet setup on Monday, goes full target. Perfect setup yesterday, goes full target. Perfect setup today, stopped out. Today was the only day I was able to trade those 3 days. Pretty typical. Hard sometimes not to believe that it's the market specifically against you. You have those thoughts like, oh, it's coming after me. It's fixed against me. It kind of feels that way sometimes. It's not. It's rigged against all of us. It's not just you. It's every single one of us. I had this weird feeling that I should trade down instead of doing 2 contracts, just do 1 today. Because of the fact that the setups the last couple of days were so perfect and everything executed so perfectly. It's like, oh, what are the chances of that happening again today? Apparently not good. Not good. Go get that London liquidity, will you? Basis points on mortgage bonds. Trying to find a bottom. My God, in the bond market. Where is it? Does it exist? Failed to make a new high there, so couldn't even grab the opening range liquidity. We should go ahead and mark that. Grinding higher here. I think we're going to grind higher for a second. Just going over, analyzing the trade that we took, and just confirming that that was the right decision to make. And I believe it was. I believe it did everything exactly correct in accordance with the plan. Just looks very, very choppy. So interesting. Is it more of just bear bait again? Could be. would just think that that buy side liquidity is so juicy. So juicy. Just have to get it. Another fair value gap. Two now. Hard to short. It's hard to pull the trigger after you've been scorched like that. It really is. Go back to this guy. $58 has been a buoy point so far. Created a higher high last time it got touched. Yeah, I'm definitely tired, a little distracted. I didn't make a mistake here. I took the right trade. Just doesn't always work. None of these setups work 100% of the time. It's not how setups work. Just doesn't. Finally filled that fair value gap there, only to come right into contact. Well, hasn't even gotten there yet. And we got another one down here. Potential for a very low risk trade here. Got the break of structure there, so you can see we got the liquidity sweep here, which wasn't the liquidity we were hoping for, but it was a sweep. And the structure broke. We got the order block here, the bearish fair value gap here. So we're able to take kind of a low risk trade. This will be the last one of the day. Yeah, last one of the day either way. So either today's kind of a big loser, or maybe we get back to break even. Could even potentially get into the profit. We'll see what happens. It does look like a sell program is in motion. It's been a weird day though. Been a really weird day as far as just price action. Lots of weird fuckery going on. There's always fuckery, but today seems especially interesting. Levels of fuckery. Did have a jumper higher just there on the 1 minute. Not what I'd like to see. But if it comes and gets me, I can rest assured that I am not supposed to trade anymore today. It is not going my way, and it'll just have to be what it is. Although I do see this up here. Let's see what this order box. So if we move this, we took a regular, we're gonna take a regular risk on this trade actually. ideally you want your stop to be in a place of invalidation, a place where it has protection. Ideally. Sometimes it's tough to pull that off, but now we have some protection. We have the 21. We have this bearish fair value gap here. This is a potential bearish order block here. And then we have this fair value gap, and we have this bearish order block here, at least some of it. So I have a little more protection for the stop in this case. For me, just the way things have gone so far today, I'm going to probably take a step back and not watch this price action, to be honest. And that's why I like to use the alert system. The reason why the alert system is better, I think, than watching price action is because so here's one where you can't discount this fair value gap yet, because even though this one's not even formed, but let's say it did form right here, it's bearish, but it's above this one. If there was one that formed below that, now we can discount this guy. So at this point, we will take some risk off. We can be certain now that if price were to get back up to here, that, let's see, what do we have at 12? That would be an invalidation area for us. So we can feel like fair about that. Let's see where a 20 tick target would be. Look at that, just super, super weird price action. I don't know if it's because of low volume that we're seeing this today, or what. The shit is acting weird. That wasn't a jumper. All that little shenanigan you just saw right there happened before the candle close. Otherwise, we could have had a tick jumper lower just then. So you see the bullish one is still intact, has not been completely filled. And so that kind of leaves you in a spot where, even though we did get a bearish fair value up there, now that got closed. So it's still a little bit more bullish than bearish at the moment. So I'm going to let this guy run. Let's see, where's our right there. Price gets to there, we'll stop to break even. A big if at this moment. I'm going to go have a seat. Let this play out. Okay, I heard my sound. That was my bring it to break even sound. Now it's either going to be break even or 5 handles. Well, clearly not my day. This is one of those ones where the stop to break even may have really cost me. It's just part of my plan and my strategy, but stop to break even is not in a place that you would say is a buy zone. But that's the way it is. You know, put stop to break even for a reason. Hey, things haven't been going my way. I finally got one that's moved my direction. This one actually went my way 4 points. So 16 ticks. It went in my direction. I was only looking for 20. 4 ticks shy of a break-even day. Is what it is. Bound to have a lose. This is my first losing day on the stream. Bound to happen at some point. Bound to happen. Can't always win. Can't always win. And the way this day has kind of been acting, it seems like it's a day where a lot of people are shorting, and there's a lot of selling going on. Institutions are shorting, retail investors are shorting, and the algorithm is trying to balance all that out. And that's why you're seeing, I think, like big dumps, and then these moves higher. They just seem to come out of nowhere. Bouncing off the previous close, trying to keep it up, trying to keep it in the green. Want buyers in there so they can sell to you. Overall, I do think it's bearish, but just really big choppy range at the moment. So we're gonna call it. Be back tomorrow. Better luck then. Take care.